Hello everyone. Today topic is survey in urban planning. This is a part of planning technique subject of M-Plan course. Let's start with the topic surveys in urban planning. Now, we first need to understand what are surveys in urban planning. Actually, surveying is the systematic process of measuring, mapping and recording features within urban areas. It helps in accurate land demarcation, clearly defining property boundaries, roads, plots, and public spaces. So, it is a very essential criteria for proper designing and construction of infrastructure, such as building, roads, drainage system, and utilities. So, urban surveying is very critical for urban planners, architects, and engineers. Nowadays, advanced technologies are being used, such as GPS, GIS, and drones, for collecting data about the built environment. Now, so we need to understand about the objective of service also, why it has been conducted in a particular urban area. First one, the first objective focus on understanding the human aspect of the town that includes the collecting data on population, size, density, age groups, education, income and social structure. And the second objective deals with physical aspect of the town that involves serving land use patterns such as different categories of land uses like residential, commercial, industrial and recreational. So it will study about the condition, age, height and use of buildings, about the existing condition of the town whenever we are planning for the future condition of the town. Now, what are the types of the survey? Acha, one quote has been said by the Sir Patrick Getz also: survey before plan. Before planning any area, we need to first do the survey because we need to understand the existing condition of the city also, then only we can plan for the future town. Now let's discuss the types of the survey. First one is the regional rural village survey. So these are the some factors on which this type of survey is being based. First one is the physical factors. For this we need to study about the topography and the geology and the landscape of a particular area. Then the physical economic factors, where they are more dependent. What is the major economic resources? uh, is it a mineral resources or a water gathering lands or area with the public services? And the third one is the social economic factors, which has the influence of town and villages and employment population changes. Second is your urban town city survey. Now the for this urban town city survey we need to first do the land use survey also, because as we all know that the land use has been categorized in different parcels of land, that is the commercial, agricultural, industrial, public, residential, etc. So it depends on the aerial photographs. Then the second is your density survey. Then the third is your survey for the age and condition of the concerns and division. And some of the main classes include the following. First one is your land use survey, housing survey, socio-economic survey, and the transportation survey. Now, first one is the land use survey. As we know, land use survey are usually conducted to identify and record the land uses of land in a particular area. For that, we need to study about the availability of the land and where it is being allocated. So it helps, this type of survey helps planners to understand whether the land is being used properly or inefficiently. The survey reveals problems like haphazard development, overcrowding, or incompatible land uses. So we do recording on base map for after getting the information. And different land uses are being shown using symbols, colors, and codes. Beside housing, it also covers the commercial, health centers, public buildings, educational institution, recreational facilities, industrial land uses. Now the housing surveys. It is where very housing survey is a very important survey. It is conducted to collect the detailed information about existing housing condition in a particular area. So this survey records data on types of houses, age of the building, construction material that is being used, and what are is the its structural condition. Is the housing is in a good condition or in a very dilapidated condition? So it will study housing density, overcrowding, etc. Next is these are some factors which is basically dependent to note down the existing housing types, sizes, and the condition. We have to also record the level of people satisfaction also, and it will also enable us to give a perception on the environment they are facing, and they are how they are going to relate it. And we need to also see that for housing facility, the land, there should be a proper demand and supply of land, then only we can provide it, and to produce up to date data needed for the management or designing of any plan or policy. Now the data for housing studies. So for housing study, we have to study different type of housing and its type of structure, tenure of houses, and various facilities that are being provided to housing structures. So some these are some housing studies that is being conducted for getting data on particular aspect. First one is a type of houses and structure. In this, we refer to construction, material, and the structural forms of houses. Is the house, as we know that house has been categorized in different types. First one is pakka house, second is semi pakka house, third is kacha house, and the fourth one will be detached, then semi detached, row houses, and apartments. Now second point is the height of the buildings. As we know that the building height is measured in terms of number of floors. So we need to also study the the height of the building is being categorized in a single story, a double story, or a multi story. Or we can also say that is it a high rise or a low rise structure. The third one is the condition of the building. Condition of the building means we need to study about the physical condition of the building also. Then the fourth is the age of the buildings. Age of the buildings means is it the building is less than 10 years, or is it 10 to 30 years, or is it 30 to 50 years, or is it more than 50 years? The next is the tenure of the house. So we need to also understand about the ownership status of the house also. It is being owned, or it is being rented, or it is being leased, or it is being employer provided, or informal, or it is being uh, encouraged and in a encouraged form. Then the year of construction. The year of construction will track the growth phases of the city, identify buildings constructed before, after, and building bylaws, and the planning redevelopment or retrofitting. Now, the expenditure on housing. So, we need to understand the expenditure of housing also, like is it a payment is been done through a rent or a home loan payments, and the maintenance and the repairs. Then the third is your utilities. Utilities means water and electricity and the property tax. The next, civic and or socio-economic survey. The civic and socio-economic survey is carried out to understand the existing physical, social, and economic condition of a town before preparing a development plan, because we need to understand the existing condition of the town also. So it has been done in different aspect. First one is your communication amenities. For communication amenities, we need to understand the existing transport and the communication system that is being used, such as about the roads, about the railways, airways, and the waterways that are being studied along with their connectivity and coordinating. As this and there should be an improvement in traffic movement and accessibility only when we focus on these types of communication amenities also. Now the second is about the contour. Contour means we need to study about the topography and the contours of the area also, because by studying contours only it will helps in deciding the road gradients, drainage patterns, and the location for water supply and the sewage treatment plants. Then the third one is the land uses and land values. So, what is the need for studying the land uses and land values? Because the study of existing land uses only tell the how being land being distributed in a systematic manner. As we all know that the land being classified in different categories, that is in agricultural, residential, commercial, industrial area, parks, open spaces, and public utilities. And the study of land values will help in estimating compensation for land acquisition for public projects. Then the historical background also, we need to also study about the historical development of the city. That means how the origin and the evolution of the city has been developed, and what is the present policy of administration. Is there any existing policy that has been applied for development of the town, or and we need to understand the physical and the social aspects of the area also. So these are some of the factors that we considered while doing surveying. First one is the housing. In this we study about the typology of the houses and its distribution. Does it come to LIG, MIG, or HIG, and how it is being related to the people and the industries. Industries means we need to also see how the industries are being distributed and what are its types. As we know that there are different type of industries like light, medium, and heavy industries, and what is the need of the type of the industry in our locality. And third one is the population. For forecasting and projecting the population, we need to study the existing population and we need to study the present population also. Then only we can study about the density of population and the migration trends also. Then the natural features. Natural features means the area is occupied by only building only, or is there any open spaces, or is there any spots of natural beauty that will enhance any different type of plans to be implemented. Then the public health, is there any medical facilities available, or that means your infrastructure facilities like public health hospitals or small health care centers. And for that we need to study about the death rates and the birth rates also. And the topography is also studied in reference to climatic condition, locations of rivers and streams only. Now the methodology, techniques of surveys. So these are some of the surveys that is being used for doing surveying. First one is the self survey. In self survey we used to make a questionnaire first, then we will mail those questionnaires to the person to be surveyed, or collection through postal communication with government department, public institution, and the interested bodies. And nowadays through social media and different type of apps that has been available in our phones also, we can distribute it. Now the interview, second one is the interviews. Interviews means we need to ask question to the people to be surveyed, right? That means for this we can do the focus group discussion also. Then the third is a direct inspection. For getting the accurate information, we need to inspect the situation by own self only. And fourth is your observer participation. Observer participation means whatever we observe by own self. We need to see what type of data is being required for getting any information, for calculating any population projection, or seeing what type of land uses being done. So we need to have some observer participation also. Okay, thank you.